A lot of people think that I went from some sort of right-winger to a big ol' lib. And I get it, I really do. For a while, I made a lot of videos making fun of the dreaded SJWs. Like the video where I talked about the woman who sued the nursing school because they wouldn't accommodate her anxiety issues and give her more time for a test. And we all had a good laugh about how, in the real world, no one's gonna go, "Oh, if you need a few more seconds while I'm dying, oh, take all the time you want." Or the people who complained about sushi restaurants in a school being cultural appropriation. Or the people getting upset at Lou Reed's Take a Walk on the Wild Side playing at a school event because it had some supposed anti-trans lyrics, when in fact, it's about Lou Reed's actual trans friend. Or the ultra-feminists getting mad about a woman's pole fit class wanting to have a booth at a women's rally. The thing is, I wasn't making fun of SJWs or the left. I was making fun of people who whined about petty shit that didn't matter. I think what happened was, the internet, myself included, bullied these people into shutting the fuck up about some of these things. Not always, of course. Sometimes they still cry about, say, sex scenes in movies. But for some reason, the right didn't learn from the left's mistakes. So now when they, I don't know, cry about M&Ms not being sexy anymore, because they were apparently, or the packaging for Mr. Potato Head being changed, or Target selling shirts with rainbows on them for boys, I'm going to mock them. And then people go, "Oh, Buckley's a lib now." I'm a lib? You're the one having breakdowns on the internet over a single beer can with a photo of a trans woman on it. How much more libby can you get? "I'm not gonna buy my favorite beer anymore because they got someone I don't like to advertise it." Total SJW behavior. And to prove my point that some, not all, but some people on the right have become as insufferable as people on the left were like 7 or 8 years ago, the popular Twitter account, Libs of TikTok, posted this. "The amusement park at Knott's has an attraction called Knott's Scary Farm, which is open to kids. It includes this show, which has people dressed up as Satan and in bondage/fetish gear, dancing extremely provocatively. They're after your kids." This was then reposted, with a couple words changed, by a bunch of other small accounts trying to engagement farm. I gotta give credit to this one account I saw, Real Impact, some little upstart rage baiter who at least took the time to write their own caption. Groomer alert! As part of their fall Not Scary Farm series, the park displayed a new show recommended to kids 13 and older that included dances by drag queens dressed in bondage gear and satanic costumes. I don't think there were any drag queens. It looks very much like the men are dressed like men. Well, like Axe and Smash from Demolition. And the women are dressed like women. But you gotta sensationalize it as the story gets passed around. At some point, they'll say that Satan himself was actually there, dressed as a 14-foot-high dildo, and that it was advertised for children 2 to 12. The replies to the original Libs of TikTok post are fantastic at proving my point. "At Knott's, what do you say about this? Do you want a complete boycott?" The classic threat now. Remember, cancel culture is bad, but rallying for a boycott of a product you personally have an issue with is not the same thing. And I could explain why, but you're too dumb to get it, lib. It really feels like it. Frowny face. It being a photo of a roundabout. You are here in the middle, because that's how roundabouts work. And then the novels Animal Farm, 1984, Brave New World, and Fahrenheit 451 at each exit. I've read it a couple times, but I missed the chapter in 1984 where Winston chose to go to a Halloween theme park and got upset by these semi-shirtless men dressed like they were in a Mad Max movie directed by Joel Schumacher. Maybe there's an extended edition I don't know about. They no longer try to hide their worship of the underworld. Yes, Halloween, traditionally a time when people try to avoid any satanic imagery. I miss the old days. Yup, I said it. Shows a picture of Wednesday Addams teaching Lurch how to dance from the old 60s Addams Family show. The "yep, I said it" part makes me laugh. Oh, such a brave stance. I liked when entertainment about creepy occult characters was watered down and made cute. Yeah, I'm not afraid to say it. Someone get this guy a Purple Heart. This is disgusting and wrong on so many levels. It looks like it's just on one level. The stage seems pretty flat to me. How much of a government subsidy are they promising for booking this? Asks a guy named Wall Street Apes, who almost definitely will need to go on welfare when all of his monkey JPEGs are worthless. I used to go to Knott's Berry Farm. Used to be family-friendly operated. Even during the Scary Farm holiday, it was still pretty good. This is just crazy. Everything woke turns to poop emoji. Yes, Miss Sassafras, everything's woke. Now, it should be noted that Knott's Scary Farm specifically says it's not recommended for children under 13, and that year-round, including during Halloween, they strongly recommend that minors under the age of 18 be accompanied by an adult. But we wouldn't want the facts getting in the way of a good time here. They're coming for your kids by dancing to AC/DC's Highway to Hell at 9 p.m. on a weeknight. Hold on, Buckley. What does this have to do with the right becoming the left? Well, perhaps you remember this from 7 years ago. Encounter the darkness that has taken over the medical staff during your fully immersive hospital stay. Patients beware. It is easier to check in than out. So that sounds fun. Fairly common scenario for a horror movie, a haunted hospital or some shit. Apparently, all too common if you ask some people. Mental health advocates called for the attraction to be shut down, claiming both the name, the 5150 part apparently being code for a possibly disturbed individual who could be a danger to himself or others, and the experience itself, which adds to the hurtful, dehumanizing, discriminatory, prejudicial, insensitive, offensive, and stigmatizing of mental illness. That's right. In 2016, it was the lefty Lucy's who cried about Knott's Scary Farm being too offensive. Special interest groups and individuals complained about how insensitive it was to have an attraction about a mental hospital. It got shut down, and we all had a good laugh at what kind of fucking loser you'd have to be to bitch about something like that. Now, the righty-tighties are bitching about sexualized satanic imagery? On Halloween? Never has this existed, right, Elvira? Meanwhile, everyone should be coming together to make fun of Knott's Scary Farm for this. This year, they're selling a No Boo necklace, which tells the performers in certain areas, don't specifically jump out at any people wearing these, they don't want to be scared. Which, hilariously, apparently the crowd literally started booing the idea. Don't want to be scared? Don't go to Knott's Scary Farm. That's what we should be laughing about. Instead, it gets overshadowed by a bunch of pearl clutchers digitally cosplaying as Helen Lovejoy over some skimpy outfits. But maybe we're too far gone, this whole left and right shit. Maybe Knott's Berry Farm just needs to make 2 separate attractions for them each. For the left, their haunted maze can include, like, the 82-year-old woman who still had $180,000 in student loans, big banner that says, "Your future," underneath her. Maybe a little Ben Shapiro leprechaun chases you around with a turkey baster full of semen yelling, "Hehehe, I'm gonna inseminate you, and you won't be able to abort it." Terrifying. You get to the end, and you see the scariest thing a leftist could ever see. A job application! And for the right, you turn one way. Oh no! Colin Kaepernick is kneeling during a song! You spin around. Ah! Someone's scrolling through your tweets, trying to find one to cancel you with! You run down a corridor. Oh fuck! It's Lola Bunny! But, they took away her titties! No! So, no, I never turned left. I've always made fun of babies who cry about dumb things that don't matter, or who make up problems in their head that aren't actual problems. If you look down and you're the one wearing the diaper, pissing yourself over a stage show at a theme park that's too raunchy, maybe you're the one who needs to be changed.